here's the big question. You're interested in value investing and valuing and evaluating businesses on a deep level, but you don't know how, even after researching for hours, probably dozens of hours, hundreds of hours on the internet, and because nobody else shows you how to do it. This podcast has all those answers and much more about value investing in finance. My name is Jason Rivera. Welcome to Value Investing in Your Car. Hey, Jason here. Today I want to talk about why I admire and learn from and watch and love seeing greatness. That's what we're going to talk about in today's episode of Value Investing in Your Car. Before we get to that, I want to remind you that this series is now available as a podcast for free on all major podcast platforms around the world. Anchor, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and more. Whatever your podcast platform is, you can now listen to this series as a podcast for free anywhere in the world. Take your value investing and finance and investing education anywhere with you around the world. So, yesterday, as I'm recording this, was the Super Bowl here in the United States. Probably watched by 140, 150 million people. One of the biggest sporting events in the world. Biggest sporting event in the United States by far. It's not even close. World Cup doesn't even come close here. And I want to talk about greatness because most people were unhappy that the Patriots won in the AFC Championship game to go to Super Bowl for the third straight time and ninth time in, I think, 17 years. People want to see a new team and are tired of seeing the Patriots and all that. I'm not a Patriots fan. Not even a little bit. I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Yes. But I admire seeing greatness. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. They've now won 6 championships together in the last, I think 17 years. In the NFL, only one other entire team throughout their entire history has 6 championships. That's the Steelers, and I think they've done it over 40, 50 years. This NFL isn't the NBA or Major League Baseball where the same teams win championships over and over and over and over and over again. Winning 6 championships in the last 17 years in a salary cap era where you're capped on, for those who not in the United States, you're essentially capped on the amount of money you can spend on players. So the best players are spread out across the entire league. And they're not kind of compiled on one team is insane. Players move all the time. Coaches move all the time. Injuries happen. NFL's an extremely violent sport. So there's injuries all the time. Actually, there's a starting defensive player for the Patriots last night who broke his arm in the game. And they still held on to win. I just admire greatness. I learn from greatness all the time. And it's amazing to watch, to be a part of watching somebody as great as Tom Brady, somebody as great as Bill Belichick doing what they've done for so long and continuing to win championships against 17 or 18 years into their coaching and playing careers. Tom Brady won a championship yesterday. I think he's 41 now. Bill Belichick became the oldest coach to win a Super Bowl in NFL history. It's just astounding to kind of reach that level of greatness and then sustain that for that long of a period. Again, I study it, I learn from it, because that's what I want to get to, that level of kind of sustained excellence over that long period of time. So I studied Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Seth Klarman, Chuck Feeney, Reginald Lewis, who else? I'm looking at some of the books right now. John D. Rockefeller, Benjamin Graham, who else? And others along the same line as I want to reach that level in the United States. It's we want the underdog to win. I'm tired of seeing these people. We don't respect greatness, in my opinion, in the United States. It's always about the underdog, always about seeing somebody new. I respect greatness. I want to, even again, I'm not a fan of the Patriots at all, but I admire Bill Belichick and the Patriots organization and Tom Brady, Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, because I want to reach that same level of sustained excellence. It's just fascinating to me to see at 41 years of age, after 17, 18 years of playing, Tom Brady still doing what he does, Bill Belichick still doing what he does, and still loving, apparently, the game. Tom Brady said last night he's not going to retire. Winning another championship doesn't mean anything. We're essentially watching Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Muhammad Ali, who else? Pelé, Lionel Messi. We're still honored to see Cristiano Ronaldo. Serena Williams is another one. Even though I'm not a tennis fan, it's just I love studying greatness, and I enjoy seeing this kind of stuff because it doesn't happen very often. When I name off 6 people, and that covers some of the best ever over the last 50 years, 40, 50 years. There's 6 people I just named. Again, I just love seeing greatness. I love learning from it because I want to reach that level, and as well. And that's what I work towards every day. And that's why, even though I'm not a Patriots fan, I study. I just finished this series on Facebook, Tom versus Time, how he prepares his body and his mind to continue improving every single day. Bill Belichick, I'm listening to his biography right now. John D. Rockefeller just finished his book last year that was fantastic. Relentless, which I'm going to review in a couple weeks on the blog, or in this series. The guy who wrote that book, trained Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and Michael Jordan, 3 of the best in the last 30 years of the NBA, among other people. I love learning how to constantly improve because I'm looking to constantly improve every day. So I just wanted to talk about this since the Super Bowl was yesterday. Boring game, but again, it was great to see greatness on display again. I admire it greatly. If you've seen my series on famous failures, I talk to people like Lionel Messi, Nick Saban. I wrote an article on a long article about Nick Saban and the greatness for Alabama college football program and what he's built down there. And again, I just love studying greatness, and I think you should, if you want to get to that level of excellence, you need to study greatness too, or you will not get there. Because there will always be people like me working and learning constantly that will get there before you, or always be ahead of you because you're not learning, or learning from greatness, or a hater of some kind if you don't like a certain team or whatever. You should always learn from any source you can, in my opinion. So that's why I want to talk about greatness. Again, Super Bowl, boring game itself. Football season's over. Now, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick have continued the Patriots dynasty, 6 championships, and I think, again, 17, 18 years. Insane. And I just think you should study greatness if you want to hit that level of excellence. Again, or people like me who are learning constantly. Brady, if you watch the series Tom versus Time, he's still learning at the age of 40, 41. He's still trying to improve his game at the age of 44, 40, 41 when he's already the best ever. Michael Jordan, in the book Relentless, his trainer who wrote the book, talks about how he was always trying to get better. Same with Kobe Bryant. They're always trying to get better. Even if they're the best. And one of, I think it was his, Tom Brady's throwing mechanics coach, it looked like, in one of the, I think it's video number 2 on the mental game on Tom versus Time, he talks about he's not trying to get 5 or 10% better. He's trying to get 1% better. And that's where the kind of good and great and then unstoppable is what Tim Grover in Relentless calls them. The cleaners, they work to improve the little minute details and fundamentals over time, all the time. and that's how they get so much better than the kind of other people out there that are considered very good or great, and that's how they become legends and icons and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this was interesting. I hope you have an open mind, because I know a lot of passionate sports fans probably in here, and you are one side or the other on a lot of things. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you probably hate Barcelona, vice versa. If you're a Patriots fan, or if you're not a Patriots fan, you probably hate them. All those kind of things. But you should learn from everybody, in my opinion. Even people you don't necessarily like because of sports reasons or emotional reasons, you should still learn from them to get better. So, hope this is value. Want to talk about this today, because yesterday was the Super Bowl. By the time you see this, the Super Bowl will be 2 days ago. But I just thought, I was sitting there watching the game. I was like, man, this is awesome. Just kind of seeing this, being a part of seeing it again, just seeing greatness. I wasn't alive, or I wasn't old enough to remember seeing Michael Jordan play, and I'm not a big basketball fan. Wasn't old enough to see Jerry Rice play in his prime. Wasn't old enough to see Wayne Gretzky in his prime. Wasn't even alive when Muhammad Ali was boxing. I'm not a tennis fan, so I don't watch Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal. Those guys. I was alive to see Tiger Woods in his prime, and I'm old enough to see, obviously, Tom Brady in his prime. And it's just, again, I love watching greatness. It's fascinating to me. Great stuff to learn from as well. So, hope you found value in this. Until next time, remember, you can get this as a podcast. Listen to the series as a podcast for free anywhere in the world on all major platforms. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.